imagine sitting in a car with no start button, zero physical dials, and like overnight it learns a new trick.
Like making a fart noise to prank your passengers.
Exactly. I mean, that is the modern EV reality right now.
Yeah.
So today we're doing a custom deep dive into this landscape. We've got specs from a San Francisco dealership and this wonderfully dramatic Italian auto show guide.
Yeah, the Italian guide is great. It really highlights how choosing a car today isn't just about, battery range anymore.
Right. It's about deciding if you want to pilot a software-driven spaceship or, well, relax in a tactile luxury lounge. Let's start with the spaceship.
Right. So the guide captures the Tesla Model 3 and Model Y perfectly. It actually compares them to that brilliant coworker who shows up in sneakers and just solves the problem before you even finish explaining it.
I love that analogy. It's just a pure software-first philosophy. But, slapping everything onto a single touchscreen isn't just to look futuristic.
No, not at all. It's really a masterclass in manufacturing efficiency. I mean, by routing almost every function through software, Tesla eliminates massive amounts of physical wiring.
Wow, so it actually changes how the car is physically built.
Exactly. You aren't just buying a vehicle, you're buying into this centralized computing architecture that's seamlessly tied to their supercharger network.
I mean, you can see the logic there, but that software-first mentality definitely alienates drivers who, rely on muscle memory.
Oh, absolutely. Having to tap through a menu just to adjust your wipers.
Yeah, it feels totally counterintuitive when you just want the tactile feedback of turning a dial. Which brings us to the other side of the spectrum.
Right, the BMW i4 eDrive 40. The guide calls this one an aristocrat in sportswear, because their approach is to build a luxury vehicle first, which just happens to be electric.
So they deliberately keep those physical clicking knobs.
Yeah, because legacy automakers already have these decades of established supply chains for high-end tactile interiors. Why throw that away?
Makes total sense. And looking at the San Francisco specs, you see they lean heavily into that traditional comfort. You get the curved display with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Which Tesla still refuses to integrate, by the way.
Right. And the BMW has these heavily insulated materials. The guide actually compares the cabin silence to a luxury hyperbaric chamber.
And they aren't compromising on performance to keep that luxury either. I mean, the i4 eDrive 40 packs 335 horsepower.
Compared to the base Model 3's 286, right?
Exactly. And it edges it out slightly in maximum range, too, getting up to 333 miles.
Okay, so the clash of these philosophies gets much more pronounced when you step up to their high-end tiers. The Tesla Model Y performance against the BMW i4 M50.
Right, and when we talk about the M50, we have to contextualize that M. This is BMW's high-performance motorsport division taking a crack at electric power.
Meanwhile, the Italian guy calls the Model Y performance a doped athlete.
A doped athlete, yeah. I mean, it looks mostly like the standard crossover, but it hits 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.7 seconds.
That is insanely fast. How does it even do that?
It relies entirely on aggressive software algorithms. It instantly dumps power from the battery to the dual motors, basically violently snapping you into your seat.
Wow. And then the BMW i4 M50, on the other hand, throws down 544 horsepower, but manages it through traditional mechanical engineering.
Yeah, it uses advanced all-wheel drive and adaptive suspension to physically plant the car. The guide says it feels like it's on invisible rails.
Invisible rails, I love that. And they even engineer the acoustic experience.
Oh, the sound design is incredible.
Right. The Italian guide points out that the M50 features an artificial acceleration sound composed by Hans Zimmer.
Yes, the movie guy.
The guy who scored Interstellar is literally composing the engine noise to give drivers that theatrical feeling they miss from combustion engines.
It just illustrates the divide perfectly. Tesla relies on software-optimized efficiency and silent algorithmic power, while BMW leans into its motorsport heritage to simulate a mechanical sensory experience.
It really makes you think. As you listen to this, you have to reflect on your own driving personality.
Yeah, like what are you actually looking for in a car?
Exactly. Are you looking for maximum space and disruptive, easily updatable tech? Or are you craving classic elegance, acoustic insulation, and tactile finishes?
It's a tough choice.
It really is. Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us on this custom deep dive.
Yes, thank you for listening.
But before you go, ponder this. If modern cars are either updating themselves overnight like smartphones, or playing custom soundtracks composed by Hollywood legends, what will the actual definition of driving be in 10 years? Will we still be drivers or just passengers deciding between a spaceship and a luxury lounge?